Well, it does kind of look like a jelly donut, doesn't it? It does kind of look like a jelly donut. I don't like how Twitter does that. That's mean. That's mean. Tell me to sign in. I'm intentionally not signed into anything. Oh well. It's a big winged puppy. Yeah, kinda. I don't think they act like puppies. And I think bats are riddled with disease. Brock would be delighted. What's a Brock? COVID? That too. That too. They also have Ebola and rabies. So yeah, super cute, but probably not a good pet. Probably. All right, are you, dude? She unbroked. Thank God. She debroked. Yeah, I mean, those guys are pretty big, but yeah, most bats aren't that big, though. Most bats are pretty smallish. But apparently in Japan, they have giant bats. Everything's huge in Japan. Disease puppy. Oh,
you lot sit tight here. We'll press on to Colony 5.
Thanks. It's really us who should be going, but how can we ever thank you?
These guys are doing all the fighting. Thank them. I'm just along for the ride.
Oh, cheers.
Come on. Anyway, you just leave finding Orsolia to us.
You win. Not the flying squirrels. Those are tiny. There's some pretty big flying squirrels too. One of the biggest squirrels is a flying squirrel, and that dude's a chonker. So not all of them are small. They're also adorable.
Something so valuable here.
Sugar gliders, though, those things are adorable as heck, too. They got them giant eyeballs. They make you just want to, like, pour some syrup on them and get your knife and fork out and eat them. I mean, ketchup. I mean, pour some ketchup on them. Delicious. Not mayonnaise, though. Not mayonnaise. You were thinking of the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel, but apparently there's a Japanese giant flying squirrel. Yeah, there's a big one. There's a big one out there.
This is something decent, right?
I think we were looking up flying squirrels the other day. I recall something like that. I don't know. Maybe I was looking up giant flying squirrels. Weird things happen here, and then we just accept that the weird things happen. One of my friends, she was convinced that there was a flying squirrel in her backyard. Like, dead convinced it was a flying squirrel. She was like, oh, there's a flying squirrel. And it just, like, stays around here. You know, it, like, jumps from branch to branch. And it's a flying squirrel. And I was like, I don't think that there are flying squirrels around here. I could be wrong. She was like, no, there's totally flying squirrels around here. And then we were hanging out in her backyard. And she was like, well, if we hang out in the backyard at night, we'll probably see the flying squirrel. And I was like, okay. I mean, I want to see, you know, flying squirrel. I didn't think that they were native to our area, but who knows? People do weird things, you know. Sometimes people have pets and just, you know, unleash them into the environment. It turns out the flying squirrel that she thought was in her backyard, it was a bat. It was a bat. She was like, there's the flying squirrel. And I was like, dude, that's a fucking bat. And she was like, no, it's not.
Nothing good's gonna come of this. We better prepare for the worst.
Let's just hurry. It's too soon to assume the worst.
Like, nah, B. That's a fucking bat. He's like, oh, you're crazy. I was like, dude, you work with animals for a living. Like, how do you not know this? Like, oh,
I'm the girl with the gall.
you better be careful around there. Uh-oh, yeah, we're fucking dead. Blood-sucking Elvis, get out of there, run! We hate Elvis. Dude, did we just drop our weapons? I think we just chucked our weapon and ran. I don't want it. We're not ready for that fight. We are not ready for that fight. All right. Whoops.
I can take care of support.
Gotta keep you guys safe.
All right. Now we're ready for the fight.
I'll do my best.
Now we're ready for the fight. Does Japan have any normal-sized flying squirrels then? It's a great question. I don't know. I'm not a zoologist. I'm just a weird person on the internet that smells wonderful. I don't know a ton about animals. Every once in a while we like get into conversations and stuff like that, and then we learn things. That's always cool. I don't know a ton about nature. I've been in nature. It's weird. I'm more of a house person, you know? You know, you got house cats. I'm a house person. Being a house person is kind of like my fave. I don't understand how you can confuse a bat with a squirrel, though. They're not the same thing. Oh, good. I'm on Wikipedia looking up flying squirrel species, and some of the pictures where the flash reflects off their eyes is funny. Oh, you're making fun of squirrels with red eye? That's messed up. They can't control if they get red eye. They should totally edit that out in National Geographic. We should help them out. Damn, what the hell killed me? Senna, Noah, you guys need to heal harder. Oh, so I really need Topple. I really need Topple. That is definitely. I'm making fights so much harder on myself because I don't have that. I also haven't looked at our Ouroboros stat stuff recently. Dude, heal them! Pion's got 1 HP. You got 1 HP in a dream. Can't look at those, Ricky. We're streaming. That's strange. It looks like a demon in the tree waiting to pounce and suck your soul out. Alright, that's definitely adorable. That's definitely adorable. They're still evil. You gotta watch out for squirrels. They'll steal your nuts, even if you tell them not to. They're super handsy. Dirty squirrel. Oh, that's right. We've got her in the party. Or, well, we've got Juniper in the party. I don't know. If we use that, yeah, let's go for it. Fuck it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Fine. We'll just use you. This is good. That's safe. Safe. It won't push us over. Perfect. Just use you. Easy running speed. I used as many as I could. Oh, that one sucks. I don't know why I used that. I forgot Lance is the same class as Tyon. That one doesn't do us any good. Alright, we got it. We wouldn't have made it out of that fight without having, like, actual healers. It's kind of disappointing that the Thaumaturge class is just more of a support role than an actual healing role. I don't think I can use either of them. I think we just need to go with these. I never know how much TP a character is going to earn. It feels arbitrarily random. Well, we could use Juniper and maybe get some extra damage. I don't think damage really makes a difference at this point. Whatever. Do your spin. Turn around for no reason. I don't understand why Juniper just spins around and then fires. Are they just like, okay, I'm closing my eyes. And if I shoot you with my arrow after I spin around, it's your own fault. I actually think fighting that bat was largely useless. I think most of my characters had all the CP they needed.
I can take care of support.
Gotta keep you guys safe.
Yeah, but when you do the Ouroboros one, it doesn't matter which class you choose. They all get like big boosts, and I never know like how much they're gonna get. It just feels arbitrary, like how much they're gonna receive. So I tend to try to play it safe. Alright, that went alright.
I'll take point.
But yeah, they get a bigger boost when they're of the same class, when it's like attack class. Yeah. Heal class.
Whoa, check this place out.
Tank. Tank.
The flame clock. It's still glowing.
Not for long.
Oh no. Almost empty.
Oh, you didn't tell me you were wearing that outfit
Really
today.
can't be a lot of soldiers left.
Oh, same shirt. Oh. Uh-oh.
Rosalia!
You dolt. You killed her. I wish I'd known you were paying a visit. I'd have found a much more practical use for this thing.
You're...
You can call me X. And this is... Well, he's just some underling, so I don't actually care. Anyway, I count myself lucky. I mean, you popping up while we render judgment.
A judgment, is it?
Oh, did they actually work it out?
Work it out.
Oh, what? You didn't? Way to get my hopes up. I thought you came because you worked out what's going on with the colony ranks. With the ranks? Yes, the ranks. You've been so desperate to raise them. Just for a bit of comfort, you snatched away the lives of your enemies.
Are you gonna get to your point? Come on!
Ugh! Are you some kind of idiot? I mean, I've laid it all out for you. Just think a minute, it'll come to you.
Snuff off!
Ah, I'll make it so you dopes can understand. Are you ready? Taking notes? It was us who made up all the colony ranks.
Oh!
Good old Mobius.
What?
First, we have the lowly dirt. Then there's tin. Tins go up to copper. Then you get iron. After that comes steel. Then you get the badass silver. And finally, you've hit the top, gold. You've been falling over each other, trying to kill each other day by day. Why? What did you even make the ranks for? Because what else is gonna motivate you, eh? What? You humans, you need some kind of goal in your little lives. You want to give your blades an upgrade? You want to eat some nice food? Or you want to live longer? You evil! All we did was give you those goals. And while you're trying to rise up, your life force grows brighter. So shiny. Isn't it wonderful? But then, once you've reached the top, there's nowhere to go but down. And that's no good, is it? Then it's harvest time. One last gasp of defiance. Then we take what's stored up at your life's end.
So then, you're saying the gold rank's nothing but a sham?
I just told you, it's to motivate you.
Oh yeah, you motivated us real good. You forced us to fight without ever knowing the truth.
Huh? What are you even... You've done a good job tearing the place up yourselves. Nobody's ever forced you to do anything. You guys, you like a spot of murder as much as anyone.
There's nothing to like about it. How could anyone like it? We live in fear, knowing nothing but fighting. We wanted to reach gold, so we wouldn't have to fight. But you took even that from us.
Because you're idiots, surely. Just think about it real hard for 1 second. Who gave up the right to think for themselves? You did.
What a load of crap! You're the ones who never left us any room to think about our actions!
You haven't got 2 neurons in your heads. All you have are the things we gave you. And you have the gall to complain?
Arsehole! You ain't getting away with this! How can our lives be so snuffing little to you?
Uni! She just goading Uni to make feathers ruffled. Keep head frosty.
But she's...
False. She's scared of Ouroboros. She want mistake making so she can give friend the finisher.
You think she's... scared?
You. Smart cookie, aren't you? I was told Nalpon aren't supposed to interfere. Maybe they were wrong. Well, whatever. It messes up my plans just a little.
But I think it's about harvest time. I'll take every last spark.
More colonies added.
Mobius L and console X. Got it. L is for loser and X is for unknown. Yep, our healing is trash. Megazord! I'm trying to heal! Shit, Mio went down? Where the hell are you? Alright, let's go balls hard. Alright, well, we can fuck one of them up. Do an adorable spin. God, did I screw up? No, we're fine. We got people healed, that's the important. We're low. We're low. Not doing a lot of damage to him, though. He's, like, invincible and shit. No, he's invincible. He's a god. He's literally god. We're not killing him here. That ain't great. Yeah. We did some good damage to him. We'll be able to finish him off. We're just not going to kill him here. It's unfortunate. Just so close. All right. Right condom? What? Excuse me?
I think you're starting to get the hang of this. Killing Mobius and all.
Cheers for the compliment, but I'll tell you one thing. I ain't doing this because I like it. I'm just doing this to survive.
You don't change. You're still just a grunt.
You're desperate to kill, just because you're afraid of dying.
That's where you're wrong. This isn't just for me anymore. A lot of people's hopes are riding on this. So now, I ain't afraid. I'll carry these hopes as far as I can, until we've made the world how it should be.
Oh? Well said. All right, how far can you take this? Guess I'll wait and see.
Oh, look! Just can't wait to escape, can you?
Well, of course. I'm a busy girl after all. Can't spend all my time playing with you. Bye-bye!
Okay, bye. Love you. Like her. She seemed friendly.
Huh? What's it all been for, eh? All of our fighting. We struggle on and on. But at the end of the day, it never ends.
As long as we live, all we can do is fight on. That's not going to change.
You saying there's no escape?
Depends how you look at it. Sourcing ingredients and growing crops. You'd call doing those things a struggle, wouldn't you?
You say some weird stuff.
Fight, struggle, they're just words. And what's important is not the words, it's what you do.
Innit? What's inside's the most important thing. You know, I think I'm starting to get it. I've got you, Ethel, and all the others to thank for it.
So, you're not afraid anymore, then?
We're the same as everyone else. We're not perfect. Even now, we still feel fear from moment to moment.
And still, you'll go on?
Yeah. We want to make sure we'll walk the path we want to, just like Ethel once did.
No matter where it goes, right?
Yay, quest complete. It turns out colony ranks were devised by Mobius to stoke the colony's thirst for war. But still, the adventure must go on. Class rank limit broken. Medic Gunner. Rank cap for this class is now lifted. Rank class can now reach level 20. Ooh. Alright. Where was... I kind of want to go back down that tunnel hole. Where was it, over here? I want to go all the way back to the colony back there if they'll let me. Yeah, I don't think that that was, like, that big of a revelation. Like, how they didn't put 2 and 2 together, that Mobius seems to be in control of everything. So the fact that, like, they made up... Now, what is it all that they're, like, collecting that essence for? That's still... It seems to supplement Mobius and keep them alive, but outside of that, we really don't know. That's the bigger mystery. The fact that they used that as a motivator for us to fight, that seemed pretty obvious. The fact that they hadn't figured it out is a little... Everything that they've seen, it's... JRPGs like to do that all the time. And I guess they're playing to, like, the lowest common denominator.
This is something decent, right?
I mean, if you got a couple of brain cells, you can kind of... Yeah, I got it. It's just, it always makes me giggle. Like, their big reveals are always supposed to be, in the Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. Oh my God. It's supposed to be those, like, huge moments, but in JRPGs, it's always like, yeah, we knew that. Yeah, you knew that already. Now, sometimes it's the characters, the player characters, aren't privy to the information that we as the viewer get. Sometimes we're not privy to that, and they do that intentionally, so when the characters find out, it's like, well, yeah, we knew that, but we're privy to, like, the bad guys' plots and machinations and stuff. And that's fair. There's some things that our characters don't know that we know because we've literally seen these cutscenes that involve them. Your lands. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna do everything that I can. If I stumble across it, I'll do it for sure. I mean, I don't know how we unlock any of the side quests or anything. I thought it might have to do something, and I'm not asking for an answer, but I like doing as much as I possibly can.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
You know what I mean? We're like 90 hours into this game at this point, and we're just on chapter 5.
Something so valuable here.
We'll stumble across stuff. Now it seems imperative that we do, because doing the hero quests unlocks their unlocks the ability to make them stronger, which is very nice. Very, very nice. So if I stumble across it and we figure out how to do it, then I totally will do all of them. I want to do all of the characters' quests. Seems super helpful.
Wonder what's inside.
We have way too much crap. We should check and see at a camp if we can upgrade stuff. I don't think we can. I haven't gone into whatever that, I'm guessing, final area is. Where by the city. I haven't gone beyond that. We just did. We have the ether cylinders to put into the boat. That's the last thing that I did. Ooh, transcendent tenderloin. Give me that hot meat. Hell yeah, give me that hot meat, baby. Okay, maybe we shouldn't hope that it's hot meat, but now it's pocket meat. And that's where I store all my meats. I don't know if that's what anyone else does with their meats, but I definitely put the meat in my pocket for later usage. Do you know some of the X3 story yet? Or are you complete? I haven't seen anything. The only thing that I saw was Nintendo's reveal at the Direct. I didn't even watch any trailers. So I don't know anything about the story. I didn't even know anything about the game. I just knew that once they said we're making Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I was like, and I don't want any more information, because I'm going to play it. I wanna go in with as little information as possible. I love the prior two, so my assumption was, I'll like this one. And it seems that I was right. Alright, but we don't have to do anything with that. I guess that's everything we came here for. Cool. Alright, I dig it. I dig it, I dig it, I dig it. You know what I want? Let's go find quests. What do we got here? Oh, you know what I want to see before we do that? Bouncing all around. I want to see what we've learned here. Yeah, not even close. Oh, ooh, Uni got it, though. Nice. And Tyon. Very nice. So we're just waiting on Lands and Mio. We're waiting on Lands and Mio to finish up with Juniper. I like Juniper. Glad I didn't watch the trailer. The Ouroboros transformation, Mio and Noah, was so unexpected. I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what was happening. I love it. I'm glad that I didn't know. I'm glad that I didn't know. That was a cool moment to be like, what the hell? I like that. I like that a lot. That was fun. Alright. We really don't have any attackers. I'm still... where's the classes now? What do we have? 7, 9, and 9. I'm still waiting for Lands and Senna to go up. Once they go up, I'm gonna change them over. I'm so bad at remembering things that it's just easier for me to, like, move everyone over, even though it's not efficient at all. I feel it also messes with party structure. So I could just, like, build the party how I want it, and then just throw them into combat. Sometimes it works better than not. This party structure, I'm not a big fan of, but we're, like, scraping by with it. We don't really have a good healer in this party structure. And it's just easier for me if we just change everyone at one time. It makes balancing stuff a little bit simpler. Alright, now, did I change? Alright, so we go into quests and we figure out a quest. We can't do this. We can do Vandam's Heir. That'll get rid of, though, that'll get rid of Juniper, I think. Still working on this. I don't even know what the Nopon Caravan Register is. I don't know how many coins we need. Coins, whatever it is. Rocks. I mean, it says, bring the stones back from Nopon belonging to each caravan. I don't know. They're not giving us the numbers, so... I don't know how many more of those we have. And the like, quest completion under the name, it's not filling up, so... Who knows? Will it? 12 of 19. Oh, God. Wow. Yeah. We still got a ways to go on that one. We're still working on this. Alright. Yeah, let's go do this. Where do they want us to go to? Sword March. Or we might still be able to do more of whatever that... I haven't been back to that colony in a while either. Where our 3 of our team members are from. I forget what that one's called. Lambda? I haven't been back there since then. We probably should. There's probably side quests outside of teaches that we can do.
We've brought their belongings.
Thanks. Means a lot. Can you lay them out here?
Belongings? What?
Now you mention it, didn't Monica put an eye patch here? Yeah, that was Guernica's.
What does it mean exactly? Placing people's belongings here?
How can I explain it? You guys have off-seeing, right? I guess this is our version of that.
Off-seeing for city folk.
You got here first.
Boss, we were waiting for you.
I forgot. We went to go collect the belongings from the Asia region where Guernica was at the beginning of the... I forgot we went and did that.
Brother, you...
Zua, you made it back.
Hiwa, you always kept such good care of this. Now look at it. I just wish that we could have talked more. But you're home now.
Thanks to you, these people got a chance to say farewell to their loved ones. And I got to fulfill Dad's dying wish. Thank you.
Emotes.
Sparkles fly.
You're finally home.
Hiwa.
These people, they weren't just sacrifices. They've entrusted us all with the future. As the Founders did. Looking back is not an option.
Maybe I'm a big old softy, but there's been some, you know, genuinely touching moments in this game. Not like overly anime cheesy, just human.
So that was an off-seeing. The sound of that music, it's really something else. I don't think anyone here will forget this day, as long as they live.
The Fallen never got to win their battles, but maybe now they can get some rest.
Yeah, finally. Speaking of, you ought to get some rest too. You're gonna be pretty busy from now on.
You said it, boss. Wait, just how busy are we talking here?
From now on, I'll be traveling with Noah's crew.
Huh? But then who's gonna handle things in the city?
You'll be here, won't you, Travis?
Like father, like daughter, eh?
Dad spent his life on the front line, and I want to carry on that tradition. I understood that when I heard the Overseers play. It has to be me. I have to carry on his legacy, fulfill his hopes. I'll fight for you now. Call on me anytime you need my help.
Thank you. That's truly heartening.
I hope we'll get to know each other outside of battle too. There's so much I'd like to ask you. About yourself, the city.
No worries.
A word of warning, guys. The boss's stories are long.
If you've got time to rip on the boss, I might just assign you some more duties, Travis.
Oh.
Well, at least I won't have to worry about the city while I'm gone. Just holler if you need me.
We'll take you up on that.
All right, cool beans. Cool beans. That was nice. The bereaved witness the off-sing ceremony and thank the party for everything they've done. Monica will lend you her help from now on. Is that... I only played the first Plague Tales game. I haven't played whatever the new one is. Is that the new one? I don't remember what a Plague's Tale. I don't remember what the subtitle is. I've only played the first one. That was fun. Yeah, it's got some moments in it. Yeah, it's the sequel. All right, I haven't seen that one yet. I like the first one.
Battle for the future is here, and we're on the front line.
Who do we think she's gonna pair with? Class Inheritor. It could be either Lands or Senna. I'm going with Lands. Yodi! Alright. Class Lost Vanguard, role Defender, protects allies by deploying fields, specializes in countering enemy attacks, and can deal damage while guarding.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, alright, cool beans. More
I'll come again
rats.
soon. Keep an eye on me, would you?
Wait, did you just sub out my friend? Aw, I like Juniper. We're besties with Juniper. Ugh. Just saddle me with this old lady.
I see some relations have changed.
I hate boomers. Serial, aren't you a boomer? No. The oldest of. The oldest of. Oh no. Oh, whoops. I guess we're doing this.
There, all done.
Wow! Amazing!
Okay, I'll bag you the next one. I even brought the materials and stuff. Make me something mega cool, yeah?
Sure. What kind of blade do you want? Sword? Gun?
Fists.
Okie dokie.
Hey. If we didn't have to fight each other, you think that could have been Yoren?
Yoren, did you ditch training again just to work on this stuff?
Did not. I'm not skiving. I just had a bad headache. I gave notice too.
Excuse me? No one did that for you, right?
Yeah, I'm used to doing it.
Okay, it's done.
Hold on. Is that...
Who's that? Lance?
This one's Uni, and this is Noah.
Hey! That looks just like me. Good job, matey.
Huh?
I love it, Euron.
Yeah?
Yeah. We don't have your talent. All we can do is slash and shoot each other. But you create things. Hey, so who's this? We know someone like that?
Looks like a real tough fella.
That's... it's me.
What?
This is you.
It looks nothing like you.
Yeah, but, like, that's what I want to end up like, someday. Silly, huh?
It's not silly. I believe in you. I've seen exactly what you can do.
You think he's got what it takes? You're talking out your bum.
No, I'm not. He can do it. Right, Jorn?
I'll try then. I'll try really hard.
He looked up to me, man. Smiling.
Sometimes it's hard to judge, huh? What we're supposed to be protecting. It all gets a bit blurry.
Yeah.
Even so, his smile was the real thing. We should cherish that. Next time we'll think twice about who really needs punching.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Oh no. Oh no. Anime dap.
So you saw it?
Huh?
Your husk. Your own lifeless husk. You've come across it?
How did you...
Your eyes. You looked like you were gazing into your own past.
That's crazy. Live long enough and you learn how to figure out stuff like that.
Oh, it hasn't been as long as you think. But folk do tell me I'm pretty sharp.
No. How come you don't wake these guys up? Can you use the help? Or is it because they'd just be Mobius fodder?
They can't be fodder. If we wake them up here, they'll be freed from the shackles of the flame clock.
So why then?
Because this is our fight. We don't know how long it'll take. And their lives are short.
So you don't want to get them mixed up in everything?
That's one reason.
And the other?
People need to learn who they really are. What they have to leave behind for posterity. I want them to wake up in a world that affords them that chance.
How do we discover who we really are?
That from the husk.
Yeah.
You won't find yourself there.
Huh?
You've got to look to the present and the future only. The one in the past, it isn't you. You didn't make that, and it's not yours.
Make that?
But look to the future, and you can build yourself up however you like. You can become whoever you want to be.
I can?
You've got the power to do so. Be true to yourself.
Thank you. That's...
Well, that's what my dad always said.
Your dad?
But it goes for you, too.
True to myself. We'll see.
No, they didn't tell us how babies were made. We raised our hands, and then they censored it. I'll never know. I'll never know.
Really? Did you seriously just burn your tongue again?
You saw that.
Well, your soup is one of the highlights of my day.
Really? Whoa, thanks. I'm flattered.
It was just the truth.
Want some to taste test?
For real? Good thing I got off early.
Dude, how great is this that she has the cooking outfit on? It's perfect. It's perfect.
You enjoy cooking?
Oh, it's been drilled into me. It's a ritual now. Can't really start the day without making a pot.
I get you. 2 months, huh? Since that battle.
Yeah.
You're tough. No joke.
Eh?
We heard from uni that you're just like us.
Oh, that part.
I've been plodding along, playing it all cool, but when we saw him again, I thought, nah, snuff all of this.
I'm scared too, just so you know. Since Monica told us the whole truth, I've hoped... No. I'm sure I'll see Miyabi again. I'm so sure of it.
Hard, wasn't it? Hearing that.
Yeah. But it sure beats ignorance.
That's what Noah thinks too. You're hard as nails.
What we don't know might as well not exist. It's an obvious way to think, but it isn't right. Closing my eyes doesn't mean evil disappears.
And so, you go on?
Yeah, I'll keep going, while my flame still flickers to the bitter end, with all of you.
You said it.
See, Lanz isn't an idiot. He's got something there going on. Emotional intelligence, you know? He's got something else. He's not just a big dumb lummox. They have a lot of those genuine moments in there. I like them. There's something heartfelt about them, and it's not like cheesy anime shit. That it felt a lot more human. It doesn't have that like weird Japanese flair to it. It just felt well written. I like that. A stork delivers babies. It's all explained in Yoshi's Island. Not sure why Nintendo clarifies that in one game and not another. No, that wasn't menu music. It's just, I mean, you know, it's a somber piano tune, you know. Different music. How you doing, Michael? Happy Sunday morning. The ship's ready. Mr. Salmon must have pulled an all-nighter. It's all going to kick off soon. Our preparations should also be complete. Let's rendezvous with Mr. Salmon at the port. Let's. Oh, we get salmon. Years ago, I used to work at a restaurant, and a couple of the chefs were El Salvadorian. And my first day on the job, it was my job to call out the tickets as they came in the kitchen. I mean, I had my own station. I worked like the deep fryer and the. You know, I worked to the microwave. Yeah, the microwave, and I handled most of the food island. And order comes in, and I yell out, and I'm like, all right, 2 burgers, 1 well done, 1 medium, and a salmon. And dude was like, salmon? What the hell's a salmon? And I was like, you know, the fish. And he was like, no, it's pronounced salmon. And I was like, oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. No, it's salmon. We don't over enunciate the L in that word. It's just salmon, not salmon. And he was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's salmon. And I was like, all right, I guess it's salmon. You're right. That's dumb. It's totally salmon. What do I know? Cool. I loved it. I was like, yeah, all right. So now it's salmon. It's salmon. You're right. It's salmon. Just like I'm going to hand you the knife. This game uses the power of friendship trope in a more realistic way. Yeah, it's depicted as actual emotional support that helps people develop coping mechanisms rather than a magical source of superpowers. Yeah, I really like it though. It's nice. You wonder how that guy pronounces conscience? What do you mean, conscience? 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 I'm sorry. Conscience. 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 Mr. Salmon. Yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Mr. Salmon. Conscience. Conscience. Not yet. All right. Through the power of friendship, we now have formed Captain Planet Megazord. Oh! There is still some of that like cheesy anime stuff going on in there, but it really does seem a lot more human. I think Panda may have been making a joke. I don't know. It may not be a joke, but not yet. I could be wrong. I don't want any spoilers though. I don't want you explaining the not yet if you actually have an explanation there, Panda. No spoileries. I hear you're breaking into the prison camp. Good luck with that. Huh? How'd you know about that? Information gathering is what I do. Where's a good comeback when I need one? Oh, I got a good comeback. Your mom. Oh, what's Gray doing here? Hey, you're Gray, aren't you? Don't bother me right now. I'm on a mission.
Good to add more names.
Okay. Nice seeing you, though, buddy. Nice seeing you. I mean, for the most part, the game is like striking off all the tropes. It's just definitely doing it in a less over-the-top, cartoony fashion. There still are those moments, though, and there's still a couple of cartoony moments. It's just not as bad. Our ancestors fought arm in arm once. Now all we seem to do is bicker pointlessly among each other. In particular, the heads of House Doyle and House Cassini don't get on well with the likes of Monica and I. That said, we're all on the same side when it comes to helping Ouroboros. A few times? How do you beat this game a few times? That's insane. Do they have a New Game Plus? The Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had a New Game Plus.
Is there something we can do to help? You must be due soon. Look after yourself, will ya?
Juicing? What are you talking about? I'm not juicing. I don't juice often. Only when I need my roids. Where's the... I feel so lost right now. Where's our barracks? Is it over here? Am I just a fool? Yeah, it's over here. Right. Was it Mizuki? Captain Kabata can be pretty pushy sometimes, right? She seems really scary at first, but once you get to know her, you'll get that she's always taking care of us, and she has a great rep for training newbies. Once she told me that she was pouring all the energy from the kids that she didn't have into making us strong. Having kids is the norm in the city, so people whisper about it, but she laughs it off. Says you find your own way in life. I think she's so cool. I hope I could be like the captain and choose my own way to live too.
I see some relations have changed.
Oh my god. Hey, I just heard Monica's going with you to the front, right? She must be brave to take that step. I don't know if I have it within me to make a decision like that. Guernica never made it back, and neither did you. But that's the thing about fighters. When they come up against something scary, they can't just pretend they didn't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pile more worry on you like that. Just hold on to your lives. Nothing's more important after all. It's easier to get through when you know where everything's located. Yeah. You want to start another one, but you want to do all the post-game content first. Oh, nice. You did everything before starting a new game? No. Oh, God, it opened. Why is it open now?
I hope we can make use of this.
Treasure. Mines is...
A rare thing?
Maybe that was the key? We got a key, I think, from, one of the colonies. I think that's what that was. I'm not sure, though. Okay. Well, for now, it seems to be all that we can do. I wanted, before we accidentally triggered that whole event over there, I wanted to go back and go to... First of all, no. I want to get Juniper back in our party, because we love Juniper.
Leave it to me.
Juniper is best. Oh. Great, yeah, everybody's still working towards that, and that was not what I wanted to do. I'll just be hitting random buttons, not realizing what those buttons do. Yeah, they're still pretty far out from learning Juniper's class. Yep, I know. Let's see here. Let's go to map, and... Yeah, we haven't been to Gamma in forever. Did everything before starting a new game. That's the way to do it. I don't have the patience to play through games multiple times. I played through a game once, and I'm like, yes, I did everything I could ever do. It bothers me sometimes when games are like, oh, but did you do New Game Plus? Because there's stuff in New Game Plus. After all it took to get to our rank to Iron, our flame clock goes and bites the dust. We have to believe in Commander Teach and Mio. With them at the helm, we'll get through this, surely.
We could be in for a shower.
Oh, stop calling me Shirley.
I see.
Like in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you couldn't finish out, like, one of the Blade's quests without going into New Game Plus, and there were like a couple of extra blades that you got specifically in New Game Plus. Though to be fair, New Game Plus didn't exist when it originally came out. They added it later in the game to the later, which was also kind of annoying. But like in, oh god, what was that Wii U game where they teamed up? It was like Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, and you were a bunch of, like, idols. Snuff's sake, you're ruthless. I can barely move now. Heh. You have a lot of training left to do if that's enough to make you give up. Oh, shut up. I'll show you what I can really do one of these days. FE something. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, because it had Fire Emblem as part of it as well. There was like a special unique boss that you could only face in New Game Plus. And I was like, fine, I'll try it out. So I started playing on hard and doing the game, and then I was just like, I did all this already. So I stopped. I don't have the patience to do things like multiple times. You might have a few doubts about teaching to start with, but just try to be yourselves and act natural. Just pay attention to the newbies. Their sincerity and pure hearts will open up your hearts in return. Please do what you can to mend the divide between Agnes and Kevis. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Thank you, Michael. Yeah. Yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I did everything that I could possibly do in the first playthrough. But then there was the New Game Plus, and there was like a unique boss that you could only fight. I think they do the same thing in Persona. Like a lot of the times there's like a special boss in like the New Game Plus stuff, but it just never feels worth it to like have to do like 3/4 of the game just so you can face the unique boss. It's like, oh, I don't got time for that. Just put it in the regular game. Poppy Buster required doing more heart-to-hearts that were in the game, so you needed to do the last few in New Game Plus. I didn't think it was Poppy Buster. I thought it was one of the blades that required that. Either way, yeah, there was a heart-to-heart challenge that you had to go into New Game. So I didn't do that. Oh, I can't wait to learn from you guys. We just have to choose our instructor from the notice board? Yep, you're gonna choose Mimi, right? Yeah. How'd you know that? It's like you're psychic or something. Aww. We have photosynthesis? I mean, ESPN? There we go, that's the one. I think I ended up doing, like, the first couple of dungeons in Tokyo Mirage Sessions before I ended up dropping it. I'm glad they ported that over to the Switch, though. They released that on, like, the Hush Hush. I didn't even know that they released it until, like, maybe, like, a couple months ago, and I was like, what the fuck? They put that out? Well, that's great. I didn't even know that they ported that over. They also didn't really, I mean, they didn't delve too hard into the, like, rock, paper, scissors thing that Fire Emblem had. It didn't feel Fire Emblem-y at all. It felt a lot more like a Shin Megami game than anything else. I don't know. Like, they already operate with, like, a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing in, like, the Shin Megami Tensei games. So saying, like, oh, we put in Fire... Like, what from Fire Emblem was in there? Ha! You made a mistake in training me. I'm the strongest after Foots. I'd advise you to train your brain first, rather than your muscles. What do you mean? You scared I'll get too strong? I think he needs some training in the art of conversation, too. He does. He kept yelling at me. I've really learned an awful lot from the people here. Really? Glad to hear it. Yeah, I think resolving to get out of Tau was the right choice for me.
Good to add more names.
Oh. It's cool that when you open up the different colonies that people travel between them. I like that. I don't know who Coresia is. Never heard of her in my entire life, but good for her. Adds a little bit of, oh god, where am I? It adds something to the world building. Where's their... food tent. Do they have a canteen here? They have to, right? Over here? To the right. That's the wrong way. Oh. Nowadays, many's the soldier that puts great stock in battle experience but looks down on non-practical lessons. By the time they realize that intelligence and strength go hand in hand, avoidable losses will have already been suffered. I sincerely hope you'll use this loss as an opportunity to come to terms with your weaknesses and iron them out, Noah. You're right. Would you help guide me, if that isn't too much to ask? You do remember you're supposed to be the teacher here, don't you? Whatever, I'll see what I can do. Oh, we got a friend that'll teach us. Commander Teach is a very thoughtful gentleman, unlike some who love to obsess over increasing the flame clock rank. As you know, his real strengths lie in how he calmly thinks about the larger context and sees things for what they truly are. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is the standard to which all those who call themselves commanders should aspire to. You brown noser.
Make sure we're well rested. Could you all come round for a second?
Tyon, you used to belong to Colony Lambda originally, right? Yes, I was reassigned to Gamma. You all know the story by now. I'd lost my way, but Commander Teach personally welcomed me in. Old Teach did, huh? Under normal circumstances, you have to indicate a clear reason for transferring, but he didn't ask me a thing. Thinking back to it now, I suppose Commander Isard must have put in a word for me. Sen and I came to Gamma at just about the same time. Then we got put in the same unit. Whew! So you guys have been together all the way since then? Yes. Isn't it strange? If tragedy hadn't struck in the way it did, I never would have met Mio and Senna. Nor you guys. Are you saying that everything happened for a reason? I don't know if I'd go that far, but certainly that outlook would make it easier to stay optimistic as we go on. That's dumb. Sometimes things happen because they happen. The Kefesi side of the team has more history than the Agnians, do they now? Teacher, Noah. Student, Team Zakir, Shun. Oh, we're gonna tutor? It's been a while since I've tutored. I didn't think I was allowed to tutor in public. Wink. I tutor all the time. I'm tutoring right now. Noah Lands and Uni have known each other since birth. I keep getting confused who's part of, like, what thing. Yeah, they've been around since, the whole time. Yeah. I thought, I can't ever keep it straight which one's Agnian and which one's Kefesi. I did at the beginning of the game, and then, like, they stopped being part of those things, and my brain just went... Bye! Okay. I guess we'll just look at this then. What? Hello? Oh no! What do I do? Which is fine, the entire point is that their entire war is a farce, yeah. What? Did I complete it already? I totally completed it. Oh, she's new.
It's looking complete.
Yeah, here you go. Thanks for all the flowers, you're welcome. There's got to be something somewhere that allows us to continue this. Like, nothing popped up. Like, that's so weird. We accepted something. I had thought it was a quest. It wasn't. I'm done? We did it. We completed the quest. Maybe it's in a different region. Aha! No, it's not it.
We're quite well traveled by now, huh?
You stop saying things. This is impossible. The game hates me. It's gotta be somewhere in the camp, I just don't... You're just randomly wandering around until we find him? Maybe it's the wrong time of day or something like that. I don't even know who I'm supposed to... Oh, it was that nerd at the canteen, right? Do I have to have a specific person in my party? Yeah, it was Zakir, right? Maybe we need Teach in our party. That's probably it. Let's go do that.
I am ever your ally.
Ah! Oh! What? No? Oh, do I have to discuss it at the table?
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Let's keep things on a tight loop.
Leave it to me.
Shut up, I knew what I was doing. I know you all are judging me. Cereal, just go to the table. I figured it out. I don't know why that wasn't the first thing that I tried. I didn't think that. I didn't think that was a discussion thing.
Let's lay out the facts.
I haven't done this in so long that I just completely forgot that that's what you do. Hey, Lance, listen to this. I've been asked to teach as well. What? No snuffing way. The request came from Shun, from Zakir's team. She's one of the new recruits that Tyon taught the other day. I see. So that's how it is, huh? Did she take a shine into you then? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really recall talking to her much. She's an off-seer like us, so maybe that's why she's curious about meeting a Kavesi one. Ah, that makes sense. But in that case, I wonder what I should teach her. Man, I wish I could have been one of Tyon's teaching assistants too. Oh, that's right. You're now the only one of us Kavesi who hasn't been requested by anyone. Lands. Ouch. Hey, no buddy pal. How about I help you out this time? Good grief. No need to rush. I'm sure someone will ask for you eventually. Thanks, Mio. Don't lose hope, Lance. Well, if you need my help, no, I'll be around. Just loafing about like a tool. So, yeah. Just let me know. Sure, I'll do that. I suppose I should find Shun now. Oh, who's Shun? She looks so sad. We should give her a flute.
Alright, let's get going. Time's a-wasting.
Lance would give fitness tutorials on YouTube, and he would end up getting people hurt. Alright, bro. To get pumped up today, we're gonna eat 42 hard-boiled eggs and 16 chicken breasts. Then we're gonna go pump some iron. Like Jeff Cavalier? I don't know who that is. Made that person up. No one's named Jeff. What a fake name for a fake person. Jeff. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh. No, it's no bother. And who might you be? I have no business with you. But there's nothing wrong with me being here, right? I won't get in your way. Alright then. I suppose I don't mind. I'm also okay with it, if you really want to, Zuno. Okay? Guess he doesn't quite trust me yet. He doesn't seem like someone Shun would be partners with, but not my business, probably. Let's jump right into it, then. Wait. Oh, yes? Sorry for interrupting. No, it's okay. What were you gonna say? It's just, you're a Kavesi Offseer, aren't you? That's right. And you're an Offseer too, or so I've heard. Yes, but I don't really know how to send someone off properly. I play my flute, but I get the feeling that's not all I should be doing, so... I'm sorry. Oh, what am I on about? No, I wasn't judging you. I can kind of understand how you feel. Oh, really? But... Ah, I know. Why don't we step outside the colony for a little while? Outside? I'm sure I saw a body of water in the mountains not far from here. You mean Coolie Pool? Could you wait a bit? I need to ask permission to leave the colony. Dude, we're going 10 feet outside. You want to come too? Sorry, I've forgotten your name. Zuno. Sure, I'll come, but please just pretend like I'm not even there. This idea of a beginner exercise is declined push-ups with 50 pounds resistance bands with your body at a 45-degree angle and your feet flat on a wall. Yeah, it sounds like Lance. I've got permission to go. Alright, we'll start the lesson there. I hope you find it helpful. Okay, thank you.
I see some relations have changed.
Yay, we're going outside. We're going outside. Am I going in the right direction? This is not where I thought I was. Ah! I forgot. We don't have the quest equipped. Burning curiosity. Uh-oh. A lesson in offsing. There we go. Yeah. Oh, wrong way. Alright, wrong exit. It's a beginner's exercise because it's push-ups. Makes sense. You know what? Makes sense. I've done push-up before. I could probably do that. 50 pounds resistance bands? I got that. Wall? I got that. Going by agility, you mean standing up and pushing off the wall, right? Going by agility, the common features of this group are likely to be... I'll need to make a note of the hair and eye color in the next inspection. Ah, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of an experiment right now. If there's something you need to ask when I'm done. Ask when I'm done. I read that so fucked up. There was a comma there. I know how to read. I don't. I think he conflated easy and inexpensive. His idea of beginner workouts are ones that don't require equipment, but they require you with a firm knowledge in already being fit. Okay. Now, our first exercise is running a marathon. What? Wait, that's the warm-up?
Something so valuable here.
I can't even walk upstairs. What's up, I am Fluteman? Welcome on in. Happy Sunday morning. He also recommends eating practically half your weight in chicken every day. Oh, you gotta get that protein. As if most people can even afford that much food. I mean, that's somebody that definitely works out. Oh no! Oh no! Make sure to kill all the bad robots. They're people, and we care about people, and we love people. Naughties. Oh, we're so fucked. We're dead already. Literally dead already. We're literally dead already. Are we even doing damage? Oh, thank God. Oh, you guys killed something already? Holy hell, really? Amazing. Offering him kisses will melt his armor. I believe in the Tootsie Pop rule, and we just need to lick it till it breaks. Use your mouth. I don't know who I'm attacking. This guy? Probably gonna kill me. Alright, we're doing great. It's so easy. Oh, I hit him with a wet noodle. I think. Oh, that's why he was so tanky. Cavalier is the fitness equivalent of a father telling his son, just get a job, even though he's been retired for 30 years and is clueless to how poor the job market is nowadays. Isn't that every parent? Yeah, quit being a bum, Dad. Dad, 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 Dad. Buy me some cigarettes. I'm a programmer, thank you. Now the colony Gamma has been liberated from its flame clock. You no longer need to fight for its sake. But I think the work us Offseers do will remain unchanged no matter what. I used to work at Twitter! That Elon Musk sure is a genius. Just go into any business, tell them what you need a job, tell them that you need a job, and have a functioning spine. You'll be on their payroll with full benefits and a 401k within the hour. Remember to be confident. Take no guff.
Noah,
Also,
would you mind?
spit in their mouths. Husks. Let's send them off together. I wonder, what were these people thinking when they realized they were dying? I wonder if they wanted to carry on living. Or if they were relieved that it meant that they didn't have to fight anymore. It might be neither of those things. Could be something completely different. I feel like I have no idea what to do. I want to empathize with them, but it feels like my melody just rings hollow. The more people I send off, the emptier I feel inside. Oh, it's like you're sending yourself off. If it's how you feel, then it's how you feel. No one can argue with that. I'm so sorry. I feel like I barely understand anything at all. June. It's alright. Take it slow. If you feel anything else at any point, just let me know, okay? Okay. Alright. Now the next lesson is in teabagging.
Such is the officer's duty.
I always used to feel like a proper send-off before. Never had doubts like this when Me-Clan was still around. Ah, right. Agni and Offseers play in pairs, don't they? Yes. Me-Clan was my partner. He went to fight in Alfedo Valley, though, and since then he... Oh, I see. So, I guess I'll have to be an Offseer on my own from now on. But just the thought of that makes my mind go blank. Like, I don't get what the point is of any of it. I never gave Offseeing a proper thought to begin with. I just left it all to Me-Clan to take care of. I don't know if this will alleviate your worries or not, but how about rather than thinking about how you should send them off, try thinking about how you want to do it. How I want to do it? That's a big frown. Huh? You're thinking too hard. Oh. Am I? Don't panic. We're in no hurry. Just do whatever you think is right. If you tell anyone that the application process involves filling out an online form, taking a
I see some relations
nugatory personality test, mandatory personality test, and immediately being filtered out by an AI so employers never learn of your existence, you're making excuses. Sounds fair to me.
That smarts.
I love personality tests. They always tell me I'm depressed.
You itching to get wrecked?
Oh, what? Pigeons!
Get him! Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. I'm the one you want. You're a lifesaver.
I'm sorry, sir. Have you ever been depressed before? Yes. I mean, yes. You're unhireable. Thank you. Have you ever had an unhappy thought? Obviously, I'm filling out your application.
Come after me, and that's what you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
The lights float away. They overflow from the body like they've been set free from everything. It looks so beautiful. I want to help these beautiful lights. I want to lead their dance into the sky, sparkling way up high. She's a rapper. Dude, you just throw glitter at her. Conflitter. It's confetti and glitter. Conflitter. Not depressed. I'm elated when bad things happen because I'm a sociopath. Yes, I can start tomorrow. You're hired as a police officer. But I was just hired to be... I thought I was store manager. Isn't this a Walmart? Nope, you're a police officer. Okay. The melody you played with your partner was inside you all along. All that was left was to trust in yourself. I'm certain that's the key to unlocking your own unique way of off-seeing. Thank you so much. I'll always treasure what you've said to me today, Noah. I must offer my apologies. What? I wanted to be there so I could make sure if anything happened to Shun, you couldn't get away with it, but... I see. So that's why you came. You're a good friend, Zuna. Not really. I just thought if Shun got sad, V-Clan wouldn't have wanted that is all. Thank you, Zuno. Oh, now teabag him. Here I was under the impression that sadness and depression were appropriate synaptic responses to negative stimuli. No. When bad things happen, like your dog dies, you have to go to parades. And you have to smile. And you have to bottle everything up. No feelings for you. With Noah's advice, Shun put the hesitation born from losing Mi-Clan behind her, much to Zuno's relief.
I see some relations have changed.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Oh, there's a question here. Because I am a man? I'm a man. Can we please talk later? I'm right in the middle of getting my research documents in order. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to bother you when you're so busy. Oh, wait a moment. You are Mr. Lands, correct? Mr. Lands? My name's Lance. Don't know if I need the mister. I never would have imagined you would come seek me out. Oh, my name is Namuki, by the way. I was actually thinking of requesting you for some mentoring. There's a guy called you? Good for him. You mean me? You wanted me? Yes. I'd do anything for your help. Yeah, sure. I'll deal with it. I'm just so glad you chose me. I'll get back to my documents now. I'll see you at training. Okay. See you later then. Ooh, Lance is so happy now.
And now we know things.
I just thought as human beings we just all bottled up our emotions because emotions are bad. I hate feeling things. How dare anybody make me feel things? Looks like we don't have any teaching requests at the moment. What? I thought there was... Hello?
We could do with some food.
Ow!
Let's lay out the facts.
They said they were requesting them, so I went over to the stupid board. Hey, Senna? Is there a little dude called Namuki among your little proteges? What kind of person is he, would you say? Huh? Why are you asking me about him all of a sudden? Well, you see... You really want to know? Stop acting so cocky and answer the sparking question. Now, hold on your ponios. Truth is, little chap asked me to teach him. Finally! Good for you, Lance. Yeah, it's time for me to step up to the plate and do my thing. At last. Wow! He must have a few screws loose if he asked a big weirdo like you for help. I'm in a good mood today, so I'll forget you just said that. Anyway, you asked about Namuki? How can I describe him? He always has excellent grades, and he never makes a mistake, whether in the classroom or on the battlefield. You won't find him rushing headlong into battle like Foots or Nagumo. Why a boy like Namuki would want tutoring from a brute like Lance is somewhat of an enigma to me. Yeah, it is hard to tell what he's thinking sometimes, an inscrutable sort. Right. I have a little trouble with him, too. Come on, you lot. You call yourselves mentors? Shame on you. There's nothing more annoying than the sound of Lance getting carried away. Well, doesn't matter what he's like. What really matters is that I make sure he knows I'm a great role model that he can depend on. It's probably not the lesson he's looking for. You won't know. You're not supposed to be human, you're supposed to be useful. Oh. Uh-oh. Wait, there's no ponios in this game. How do they know about those? They're unicorns. Just like dragons and pixies and wood nymphs and merfolk. They're real. Speaking of real, I really have to pee. I'll be right back. Not dragons, they're wyverns.
Huh? Hey, did you guys hear something?
We already fought, like, I think one of the dragons already. I didn't actually... That fight went so quick, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but I think it had 4. If it has 4 legs, it's a dragon. If it has 2 legs, it's a wyvern.
Oh, my plumage is everywhere.
I don't know. Hold your ponios, hold your horses. Maybe it's just something that's been around. Yeah, I saw one. I went down there and I saw one down there as well. And then I realized it's level 70 and we ran out of there. The day has finally come. Hey, fella. Teacher's here. I had to think about what kind of thing I should teach you. But I reckon we should get to know each other by talking with our fists first. Yes, Actually, I've been thinking a lot too. I've been wondering what's so different about us. Eh? I mean, the differences and similarities between you Kavesi and us Agnians. But the Kavesi are supposed to be our enemies. Such curiosity is taboo, an impossible dream, so to speak. You're all so veiled in mystery. I thought I'd lost all hope of learning about you. But now, my very eyes, living, breathing Kavesi. That's me. For my first step, a test to unravel the mysteries of your kind. Test? What do you want about, mate? Come on, you. Aren't you curious too? It's okay, just nod your head for yes. Let's get started then! They're actively discouraged from gaining intel on their enemy. Real smart. Wait, but isn't Alexandria actively gaining intel on their enemy? Okay. Gotcha. Just pipe down a bit. Gotcha means understood, correct? Good to know. Huh? Hey, wait, where are you going? Oh, pardon me. My excitement must have run away with me. Please, follow me. I'll explain in more detail at the training ground. I thought the castle knew all of what was going on there. They okayed the collectopaedia thing. I thought that was all okayed by them. I think the reason why they allowed that was because the castle also got to monitor. What's wrong? Come quickly! I can barely wait to begin! See? He's a mystery, isn't he? Yeah, no joking. Hey, wait a sec. It's not nice to judge people so quick, Senna. Maybe we're not quite on the same wavelength, but at least he asked me for help. That much I understand. I have to meet his expectations. As his mentor. Right? Yeah, I guess so. You can handle it, Lance. Alright, let's go punch him in the face. Huh? What are these guys doing here? I gathered Kyrie and company to help out with my test. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Though I have no clue why we're here. I've got a rough idea. Alright, if you're all prepared, I will ask you all now to conduct the battle. The rules will be those of a mock battle. Please keep fighting until I say, stop. Team Kyrie, please fight to the best of your ability in order to test our senior colleague's true strength. Copy that. Of course, that means the opposing team should fight with equal fervor. Okay. Are there any questions? I don't think so. Now, please take your positions. Are both sides prepared? In that case, let the battle commence. On you. Aren't you joining in? Of course not. I need to observe and take notes. This is supposed to be your training. Don't worry, sir. Namuki is super smart. He's the prized advisor on my team. Don't worry. Just trust what he says. Ah, Kyrie. You can always be relied upon for sound judgments. That's a leaderly quality. I see. So that's how it is, eh? Bah! Might as well do this anyway. Get ready, you lot. You're going down. If I was facing an enemy that looked wildly different from me, I'd find it prudent to learn everything I can about their physiology, anatomy, beliefs, habits, etc. to enable me to kill them more efficiently. Sounds great. What if you don't have time to do that? What if you're just like, I'm going through the woods. Oh, God, it's a fucking puma. Hold on, Mr. Puma. I need to study your anatomy, physiology, beliefs, and habits. No memento, Mr. Kitty. Surreal cereal? Something like that. What's up, Half-Eaten? Happy morning. How you doing? You're going down. I'm talking about downtown. Who am I fighting? This thing. Yeah, this thing. Morning. Morning, morning, morning. Hell yeah. Is it good morning? Oops, I killed it. 40? 26. 26? That's a big ass number. I guess we're gonna be in this fight for a while. It's laundry day. Those are good days. I mean, laundry's not always fun. I don't mind doing laundry. I like it when things are clean, you know? Clean stuff is like the best stuff. Especially when you take like pants out of the dryer and then you put them on. Sometimes I just put sheets in the dryer just to wrap myself in them because I'm not weird. It's like a really warm hug. Maybe I do 2 loads and then do the last in the night. I mean, you do whatever makes you happy. I feel like getting everything done that needs to get done when I can get it done is the best to do it. But then again, like, I live in a house that has a washer and dryer. Some people don't have that luxury, right? Some people have to go to the laundry shop. I know what they're called. Laundry shops. We already know that pumas are, and what they can do as a species. We have a tactical precedence. Yeah, but what if it was a space puma? What if it was a space puma? I know what it's called. So at the very least, I know to stay away from them, but they don't know to stay away from you. What if they give you, like, a happy surprise? I'm a night shift employee in the laundry room as part of the apartment complex. Oh, nice. At least you don't have to go far. That's close. Alright, we beat all of them nerds up. Stupid nerds. Alright, stop. Please sheathe your blades. Whew, it's finally over. You satisfied now, Namuki? To be honest, I would have preferred longer, but I got the minimum data needed. I'll share my battle report later. I hope you will find it useful for improving your skills. Thanks, Namuki. You're the best. Now, I would like to have a word in private with our seniors here, so please disband in calm and orderly fashion. Nice work today, everyone. Yeah. See ya. There are pumas in your area? They're more afraid of humans and tend to stay away? That's nice. I feel like when you're an apex predator, you tend not to be afraid of stuff. Curiosity can definitely get you, but they don't have anything that hunts them, so what do they have to be afraid of, right? They haven't learned that humans are dangerous. Thank you for waiting, everyone. For you 3 Kavesi, allow me to give a brief review of your battle performance. Yikes. Here we go. You have a good balance of skills and are highly adaptable to emergent situations. Though I did not see any prominent abilities, your strength lies in having no major flaws. Do you really think so? Not a great judge of such things. You're excellent at utilizing ether... No, rather, your body has a remarkably high affinity for ether. It's highly efficient at converting the ether flowing through into your abilities, just like a high-performing circuit. Oh. Huh? I also have the sense that those wings on your head hold some kind of secret that ties to this. If you could just give me one eensy feather... Nope. Okay then. I'll find out eventually, though. Mr. Lands! Yeah? Personally, I thought you were the most interesting of all. Just as your appearance suggests, you are by far the sturdiest of the group. Yeah, well that's obvious. I like to push myself in my training. No, I mean, even regardless of training, I think your body was made to be strong and sturdy from the beginning. It's as if we're somehow built to be as solid as possible. Looking closely, your body tissue seems to be of quite a different sort of Noah's or Uni's. Anyway, the three of you all have some clear differentiating features. So, what exactly is he trying to say? How would I know? I suppose neither of you have wings like me. Never really paid much attention to that. Yeah, exactly. We're all similar and different at the same time, but nobody really troubles themselves with that fact. Ignoring for the moment the question of this inconsistency, I still require samples to prove these differences conclusively. And so, to begin, Mr. Lance, I will now conduct a full-body inspection. Please strip. You can't just spring that on me. I don't mind, though. I'll just go ahead. Oh. That snuffing hurt. What was that for? I should be asking you that. Why would you just strip right here in the open? Exactly! Don't scare us like that. What? It's just taking off clothes. Nothing wrong with that. Of course it's wrong. Wait. Is it? Can't think of a reason. Why'd you sock me one then? I don't know. Reflex, I guess. Yeah. You just look like you need a good smack sometimes. What? The snuff is with you two. Interesting. Very interesting. What kind of response is that exactly? Is it limited only to Mr. Lands, or... Oh, I can't just stand here idly. I need to research for my next test. What? Hold on. Oi, get back. Oh, my apologies. My eagerness took a hold of me once again. I hope you will cooperate with me again soon, Mr. Lands. I expect great things from you. Oh. Mostly of an ecological nature. Okay, sure. You can count on me. Just let me know whenever you need me. Indeed. Hoped, you might say that. Well then, that's all from me. And lesson complete. Hear that, Noah? He expects great things from me. Yeah, I heard. Man, it's great being a mentor. A few months ago, a cougar came down into your neighborhood. It wasn't in the best shape, so it must have been desperate. Yikes. It's hard for everyone. Very hard. It's inflation. It's even getting the cougars. That had no problem showering together before becoming Ouroboros. I know, exactly. But now they've become prudes. They know what sex is. The party took part in Namuki's research. Despite teaching nothing, Land seemed happy enough. It's like when Adam and Eve ate forbidden fruit and developed shame, so they started wearing clothes. Takahashi does like his biblical references. Well, we didn't eat any fruit yet. We didn't have anything forbidden. Or did we? Hey, Lance, I need you to beat me up. What? What are you going on about, mate? You got knocked on the head or something? Defenders get hit a lot, so hit me and help me get stronger. You're bursting with energy as usual. Don't you get tired of being so hyped up? What do you mean I have to stand out? That's what a defender does. I'm gonna get even more hyped up now. I don't like talking to him. He keeps yelling. Oh, Lance, thank you for going along with Namuki. Huh? Thanks. It's no problem. I'm good at pushing my body. Despite his strangeness, you have quite a high opinion of him. Don't you, Kairi? Yeah, Namuki's super brainy. He knows way more than I do. I want to support him in whatever he wants to do. It's only fair after everything he does to help me.
I see some relations have changed.
Aw, friends, let's kill them all. I mean, let's hug them all with hugs and violence. There's a lot of people in this camp. Holy crap. So, how did Shun's training go? We had quite a big discussion. I'm sure she's gonna be okay. I see. She must have gotten some closure about Michelin. Noah, thank you so much for treating her so kindly. If you don't mind, I'd be so glad if you could keep looking out for her.
I see some relations have changed.
You got it. I look out for everyone. Are you close with Michelin? I wouldn't call us close. He just kept poking his nose into my business. He was someone even that shy girl Shun could talk to comfortably, though. You know, a genuinely decent guy. But he went and left us in the end, leaving his dear Shun behind. Ah.
I see some relations have changed.
I wonder, have you lot ever been subjected to Namuki's research too? Sometimes, yes, he gives us regular physical exams. He makes us run 100 laps around the colony, get in an ice bath, hang upside down from our feet, stuff like that. Can that even be called research? I can't believe you go along with all that. I mean, maybe he just likes watching you. Have you gotten used to your teaching role yet? Yes, and thank you very much for your guidance. It's a great experience for us too. It's good to hear. That the teacher also benefits is a hallmark of ideal education, I think. The new recruit should see it as a happy opportunity to make the best of a new situation too. Good luck. And they all have proper names rather than being called something like Colony 9 Resident. Well, that's one of the nice things, that there's a ton of NPCs wandering around, but you don't interact with all of them. So they don't have to label, like, each person is not an individual interactable character, so they don't have to worry about coming up with like 10,000 names. They only have to come up with a handful. And there are definitely people that have, like, no real purpose outside. I think most of them have, like, a role, too. Like, they're, like, a vital part of the colony, too, right? Most of them have some sort of side quest associated with them as well. I still feel like I'm missing something inside my heart when I see someone off by myself. But ever since you told me that I have Michelin's melody inside me, I'm gonna put my faith in those words when I play my flute. You can come and ask me for advice whenever you like. You don't have to shoulder it all by yourself. Okay. You champion. Oh, no teaching requests. You guys suck. Maybe we have to do like another like listening thing somewhere. Or maybe that's all we can do for now. Dude, it looks like it's right about to go to level 4. Maybe that's it. Maybe we just have to wait for it to colony to go up. It's like right there. My, what an intriguing development this has turned out to be. Wow, you're in a great mood. Did something good happen? I was observing everyone in the changing rooms, but they became oddly wary of their surroundings and stopped undressing. This is unprecedented. I wonder what it means. What were they so concerned about? I must know. Right. Not sure what you're talking about, but good for you. Yeah, I know. What's wrong with being naked? Being naked's great. Everyone should be naked. I'm naked right now. We're all naked all the time. If you think about it, under these clothes, we're all naked. We're all naked. So what's the deal? What's the deal with airplane food?
Here we go.
I think we might be done here. Whee!
That smarts.
Yeah. It looks like it should have pushed past, you know, into level 4 here, but I guess not. Oh, they changed spots. And like each person kind of has like a routine that they go on. They're not like always standing around in the same spot. They're moving around the colony. It makes it hard to find people, but things shift throughout the day. You know, it's like they actually have routines. It's very cool. Very, very cool. Like this person. What are you doing over here? I'll push you over the ledge. Yeah, I won't, but I will. I guess that's all we can do here for now. Holy crap, it went up to level 4? When did that happen? We were just at like 3. Maybe that's why everyone's so angry at me. It would make sense. I guess we have to go do that, huh? Oh, we can finish up Namuki's thing here. Alright, let's give her some shrooms. Now, time to test out just how effective this poison is. What? No, don't make poison.
That's all of them.
This'll help me talk with no trouble in no time. Thank you very much. Crushing weapon belt. Alright. That's good. Maybe that pushed them over into level 4 now?
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yes, it did. Okay, level 4. Now, give me the goods. I hate all of you. It could just be a time thing as well. Maybe we have to, like, load out and load back in, and then it'll do it. That was pretty cool, though. That was a really quick level 4, too. I forgot what I was thinking too, like where I wanted to go next. Oh, yeah, heroes. Who was it, Xeon?
You need my help. At your service.
I guess we can finish that out. We were in the correct region to begin with. I mean, we're obviously not done with the colony. There's more stuff to do there. I just don't know when that'll, you know, pop off.
This earth is what
I'll
matters.
pop off. Oh, your crops, right?
Hey, you know what happens if you pull out earthworm? Its roots wriggle around and stuff like they're alive. Gives me the creeps.
Stop trying to worm your way out of this.
According to Juniper's information, the presence of earthwormwood improves the soil's drainage. In other words, it makes for earth that is best suited for potato growing.
All right, already. I guess we just get on with it, yeah?
We just get on with it.
Oh yeah, Wriggly Squigglies.
Can't find a single one of them.
I guess it's not the best soil.
I knew it was just some kind of trick. There was no way it was going to be that easy.
Look here, you.
Enough, Lance. Kite, I know you're worried about the fields. Come over here and let's talk.
No need. I don't have anything to say to you.
Right.
We probably want to check out some other sites, I guess.
Right. There should be some untended land not far from the colony. Let's do a sweep.
We'll update you if we find anything.
Spox. What's wrong with me?
Oh, he's
I see
just
some relations
like
have changed.
putting up a facade. Oh, you can't run through that. What a fool. What a fool. We'll have to teach him a lesson. Now that we're tutors, we can teach. We're allowed to teach. We have our certificate, our teaching certificate.
You can never go wrong with some ether.
Like.
Race you to that open plot there.
You think I can't hold my own?
Alright, interact. What are we doing? Nothing here looks like. Okie dokie. What? We're looking for wormwood? It's probably going to be the far one, but here we go.
Smarts.
Or it'll be this one.
There we go! Earthworm wood!
Ugh.
Don't worry, it's not gonna bite.
I'm not worried about it biting.
Looks like we found our spot. I'll inform Kite.
You think he'll actually help us?
Don't worry. He's a bit delicate in some areas, but when he starts something, he will see it through.
What is it?
I've lost contact.
What a jerk. Now he won't take your calls.
Whoa, now, we should probably hear his side of the story, yeah? Let's stop stirring the pot.
I've already talked to him, but it didn't prove very effective.
He's taken this personally, so it'll probably take some time. Both of you are being too quick to judge. Don't be so hasty.
Hasty? Me?
It's like Juniper said. You need to speak to him man to man, not soldier to soldier. Like how you talk to Lance.
Oh yeah. Why are you and Lance always fighting anyway?
He just gets on my nerves.
Sorry, what? Right back at you, pal.
Excuse me?
I don't think that counts as fighting, Senna.
Yeah, they're just having some banter. That's how you should be with Kite, too. You're always talking on a commander-lieutenant level.
I hadn't realized. So I've been issuing him orders instead of talking to him on an equal footing.
Talk to him again. I think it'll go better this time.
Yes. Perhaps it will. I'll try.
Remember to call him bitch. People like that. What's up, bitch? Everyone likes that. It's friendly.
Hey, Kite. What do you want?
We've good news. We found a plot that will be perfect for farming.
Really? That's great. I mean, well, that's just great. In the eye-rolling sense.
So you won't help us out?
Well, I never said that.
Talk to us, boss. You gonna get your hands muddy or not?
Yes. All right? I'll do it. I'll do my snuffing job. Okay, so, what are we planting?
Spongy spuds. Juniper's already told us how to grow them.
Oh, here we go again.
Don't grumble. That potato was truly delicious.
Fine. Whatever. Just give me the spuds. What?
Of course. We still need potatoes to plant.
You didn't get them ready?
We were so focused on looking for earthworm wood.
It happens.
This isn't like you, Commander. Did you eat something funky?
Nobody's perfect. Even the most scrupulous perfectionist is liable to err, on occasion.
All right. Just hurry up and get some. Spongy spuds, right? Let's start with about 10 of those.
We'll gather them as fast as we can.
Shall we meet again in the fields?
Sure thing. Just send me the location by Iris.
It's just right out the front
I see
gate.
some relations have changed.
Front gate. Oh, the Potato Chronicles. I love potatoes. Why aren't all the quests about potatoes? Potato bros. Potato, potato, potato. Potato, potato, potato. Potato, potato, potato. Potato, potato, potato. Put them in your mouth. It's great. Who doesn't want to shove potatoes in their gullets all day, every day? I, for one, am all about potato fiber. Is there fiber in potatoes? If not, we should put fiber in potatoes and eat those potatoes. Starch. There's starch. This reminds you of a few years ago when people around the US tried to form autonomous zones without law enforcement, and it collapsed because they were cut off from supply lines and nobody knew how to farm.
We're sliding down.
How do we make things? You go to the grocery store. Oh, right. Are we allowed to go to the grocery store? No. Uh-oh. Look, man, you just shove shit into the ground. I know how to plant stuff. I don't know that I know how to farm. I've never been to a farm, but I know how to read, and I bet your bottom dollar that there are books at the local library that tell you how to prepare a farm. You get that fertilizer, so you get some cows, and you have them poop on the ground, and then you rub the poop into the ground, and then you plant corn.
Check out what it bombed.
I had to do it. You gotta till the soil.
Yes, this is the way forward.
I totally got it. What the hell? Did I get them all? 7 out of 10. What the smurf? Wait, we just keep going this way then. I have seeded from the United States. Our new country is called Freedom Land. I am from the nation of Freedom Land. We believe in freedom. And usually the only rule is you have to obey all our rules. Also, we don't have a flag though. Our flag is the flag of the only freedom land, the United States of America. So. Freedom. It's the wrong region. Freedom. Freedom. Wait, do we have everything? You didn't know the potato was the root. That's why they're called tubers. Yeah, I think I'm doing it right. Okay. There just wasn't like an indicator there. Tubes go in the ground. Ground tubes. Wait, is this the right place? No, it's not. That's why. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness. Some days this is broken. Are onions tubers? Onions are totally tubers.
Now we can finally get planting.
No, that step comes last. First, we need to till the soil so that the seed potatoes can take root more easily.
So what's that actually mean? Till? I think I'm a bit lost.
You toss the soil to trap the air in it seems. According to Juniper, there are 3 main layers of soil.
Yeah, so we just rough it up a bit. I get you.
Lands. The crudeness of your summaries never ceases to amaze me.
There's not much point to it all, though, is there?
Come on now. Don't be like that. Let's just do what we can.
It'll only take 2 ticks.
You and your ticks, man. It's not about speed. We need precision here, folks.
Just follow the procedure I sent to your irises. Ask me if there's anything you're unclear on.
Okay then, guys. Let's do this.
Oh, they got hoes. You know what they're doing. They got tools. Oh, Mio knows what's up. Don't do work. Talk about the work, but don't actually do it. Potatoes aren't algae. That's crazy talk.
This is looking good.
That was pretty fun, hey, Mimi?
And now we water them.
Ugh, I wish I was the one being watered. I stink of dirt.
Should we wait for the rain? In this instance?
Yeah. I think it's best if we let nature take care of the rest. I get the feeling we should interfere as little as possible.
But rainfall isn't always guaranteed. If you rely too much on the weather, it may come back to bite you.
Then, what if you control soil humidity as you wait for the rain? And if ever the rain doesn't come for a while, then you can water your crops yourself.
Irrigation?
That sounds smart. Let's wait a while and see how things unfold.
You just leave that to us.
Oh, what?
Dion and the others aren't going to stick around here forever. Who else is there?
Besides, it'll only take 2 ticks.
Kind, can I trust you to handle it?
Yeah, go on then.
Come back and have a look after the rain, though, would you?
Right, we'll do that.
She didn't say pee on it. They are literally right by a water source. Look at the water source.
My presence brought the rain. Once again, I'm powerless.
Indeed, that's definitely where the problem lies.
See? If we splash hard enough. Oh, we got earthworm wood. Pee. Don't pee on your plants. Pee's acidic and it'll make the plants sad.
Whoa, got a rare dude
Whoa. Right here. So what? Is cloudy? I don't think I can make it rain. Chocolate rain, chocolate rain. I can change the time of day though. I don't want to know. 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 It's fine. Rain. It name for type of weather that extreme damp and mood of splish splash. It also generally tend toward dampness. Casting for vote of sympathy, but no one bite. Meh? Splish splash, smell scent of moisture on breeze. Should splish splash cast clouds, friendsward, it gonna cost you. $10,000? Many thankings should help add few more side dishes to next meal. Splish Splash will take it from here.
Ugh, give me a break. My feathers will get all wet.
So-tacular!
Good to add more names.
Well, look at that. I figured it out on my own. Ooh.
Hey, wasn't that lucky, huh? Wasn't that lucky? It's quite fortunate.
So, why isn't anything budding?
The seed potatoes are rotting. Perhaps we gave them too much water.
Oh no.
Does the soil not drain properly? Or was it something else?
It's my fault. I was giving them extra water from time to time, because I didn't want them drying out.
Fox.
I thought I was being careful. Never considered that I might be overdoing it.
Well, we'll just have to try this again. Let's wait for the next rainy spell.
Sorry, guys.
Don't blame it on yourself.
Yeah, but if I hadn't done this, we wouldn't have to...
Oh, if only! What's done is done, man. You can't change the past. So let's just recoup our losses and do even better next time round.
Huh.
That's a good attitude, Kite. I like it.
I'm good either way, to be honest.
Huh. Classic Eastman.
Guess I'll stick it out for a while longer. Thanks, Kite.
Now go poop.
Credit where it's due. That was actually pretty good.
His words came from the heart. I think that's why it resonated with them.
Kite's always been annoyed at being second best. He knows the frustration of not living up to his own standards. And that really struck a chord.
Complimenting others' weak points has always been a talent of his. It's something I could never do.
Hey! I think we'll go ahead and till the soil again. Take out the rotted spuds. So, if you don't mind...
Got it. We'll grab a new batch for you.
I'm really sorry about this. We'll need you to get 10 more seed potatoes then.
Don't worry. We'll pick a really good selection this time. Just you wait.
Potatoes, boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Lovely big golden chips with a nice piece of fresh fish. Even you couldn't say no to that. What? 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 Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Do you think they know about elevensies? I've seen that movie once. I wouldn't count on it, Pippin. Oh, those guys were a bunch of idiots. Loved it. How delightful they were. Yay, we're doing it again. Something's got to change this time, though, right? Maybe we gotta fight for a potato? Fight for your right to potato?
I think.
Yeah, let's go on.
Yes, this is the way forward.
All right. Thanks, guy. And they call it a mine. A mine. Potato buster, potato shield, potato armor. All right. All right, buds. Let's plant these spuds.
Now we wait for the rain.
It was
Come
raining.
on, buds. Start your budding already. I've got a good feeling about this one.
I gotta go pay him another $10,000, don't I? You say potato, and I say potato. Potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing off. I don't like this guy ripping me off for $20,000. Rain, a name for type of weather, an extreme damp, and mood of splish splash. It also generally tend towards dampness. Yeah. Here's another $10,000.
Rain. Snuffing great.
I mean, it's not as though I'm not immensely wealthy. We only have $1 million, $1,300,000. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I know.
We did it! They're budding! Talk about suspenseful!
Manana excited for yummy harvest. Hope they grow up big and strong.
Yeah, we need to take good care of them.
Looks like it's going well.
Indeed. Now we can breathe a sigh of relief.
We'll want to take care of the fertilizer now, right? How do we distribute it?
Actually, I have just the person for that. Earl's a dab hand at gardening. I'm sure he'll be able to help us out if we explain our situation.
I'd appreciate that. Incidentally, where did Kite go?
Stormed off after saying he'd done his field tending duty. Guess he's still not over it.
I suppose it's time for us to pack up. We can't just leave that guy alone. He's always been there for us, through thick and thin.
I know. You don't need to worry about us. Make sure my lieutenant gets the care he deserves.
Will do.
Oh, and I'm pretty sure Earl will explain it for you, but you know the fertilizer? Seems you make it by crushing up seeds, bones, and plants and mixing it all together.
No.
Oh, and he also said that having a few helix conches on you would save him some trouble.
You'll get that done in 10 ticks. Or else.
That might be a little tight for us, but we can certainly try.
No. Fertilizer
some relations
is
have
duties. It's duties. We'll just go follow some Armu around. We'll go bring some Armu here, and then we'll just collect their poopies, and then rub it into the ground.
This smell.
Commander Xeon, long time no see. I'll take any materials you have for the fertilizer off your hands, okay?
So we're handing over...
Milky soy. Earl's special fertilizer. Right.
Apologies, but I have to find out.
Seashells? We ground up seashells and they're like, good! This will be great for fertilizer. I don't think it's gonna work.
Whoa! They got so big!
Filled to bursting with lively.
Applying fertilizer ought to further foster their growth.
So we just sprinkle the stuff on top and then we're done?
Wrong. They need to be able to absorb the nutrition easily, so first we combine the fertilizer with some soil. Then you spread the mixture around the roots.
So specific.
I've more or less memorized Juniper's info now. Let me know if there's anything you're unsure of.
I can see his time in the survey branch has seeped in, right down to his marrow.
I suspect he might have actually been born with it. He's just the meticulous type.
That's about all we can ask for. I'm grateful.
I'll let him know.
All right, guess it's back to the grindstone.
Farming's hard.
Now to wait for more rainfall.
Oh, I'm shaking with excitement.
Are you really?
Well, yeah, we all worked hard for this.
You tell him, love. Let's see what the coming rain brings.
Yeah!
Oh my god. We'll go make it again. This is the most expensive quest we've ever done. They keep it's like, it's raining. And then they're like, no, we're gonna stop it from raining. But I paid money to make it rain, and who's paying money to make it stop raining?
Ugh, I hate the rain.
Like, why y'all making it stop rain?
These little guys have come a long way.
They in springtime of youth, growing up into fine young potatoes.
Nothing gets Manana excited like the prospect of a full belly.
It's actually Stardew Valley. Okay.
Resounding no.
Why have they changed color?
Huh?
Oh no, they're withering.
Why though? It can't be time to harvest them yet, surely.
I dread to think so. But it could be one of the diseases mentioned in the reference materials. The damage seems to spread from the lesions here, on the root. They bear resemblance to the black rot.
Oh, they better not be. That's supposed to cause rapid decay. Spreads easily too.
Let's check the others for similar symptoms. On the double. Lend me a hand, everyone.
Yeah, we just dig up the bad ones. Oh my god! It's no good. They've changed color. No good. They've changed color. We're looking good here. We're looking good here. It's no good. They've changed color. Looking good here. Looking good here. Looking good here. It's no good. They've changed color. It's no good. They've changed color. I'm gonna go discuss how they've changed color and our potato strategy. We got a sputter dies. Stratter spud.
We could do with some food.
Spongy spud woes.
Could you all come round for a second?
Judging by the state of the stems, I think we're on the mark. It's the black rot, no question. They were looking so healthy until just a little while ago. Can't we help them somehow? There's only one solution, and that's to dispose of all the infected stems before the others all go bad. That's what Juniper's data says, anyhow. That's less helping and more harm reduction, though. Can't we just pluck the bad leaves? Leave the rest there? No, we have to pull out the whole stem. We do? You realize what you're saying. After all the hard work we put in. Wish we could save them all. Really, I do. But the rot is spreading fast. Pull out the bad ones, and that's the end of it. There's not much point in trying to find alternatives because at this rate, a fierce debate you're having here. What are you so laid back about, Chief? This is Colony 9's future on the line here. You're absolutely right, and I'm not being laid back. We simply have to pull out the afflicted stems to avoid losing everything. There's no other way. Weed out the bad to save the rest. It's something quite profound. You may not think it, but I often lack the backbone needed of a commander. Even this far into my terms, I often faltered and vacillated, questioning my actions. That is, until you taught me about the importance of failing and starting anew. It was an invaluable lesson to learn. I had to really hammer it into that hard head of yours before it stuck, though. I'll take that as a compliment. If Xeon's not giving up, then neither am I. We'll do what we can, and we'll do it right. That's right, and we better start now. Time waits for no spud. Right, time to pull out the bad stems. My friends, thank you. Gives you the same feeling as when you got 90% of the way through assembling a piece of IKEA furniture only to discover that the manufacturer failed to include a vital part in the kit. Yeah, but you fixed it with duct tape and duct tape. That's what you do.
Don't fail me now.
Duct tape fixes everything. Let's pull out these stems here. That should do. Let's pull out these stems here. That should do. I used 2 nails. Oh, that'll work. Or wood glue. Wood glue works. Let's pull out these stems here. That should do. Let's pull out these stems here. That should do. Let's pull out these stems here. That should do.
That looks to be all of them.
We'll have to monitor them for a short while. Take note of the state of the stems, not just the color of the leaves.
We should fix up the soil too, right?
Think so. It's supposed to be bad if the underground bits are exposed to light.
Might as well pull up the weeds while we're at it too, huh?
Don't pull the potatoes themselves out.
Mate, I can tell the difference.
And then we hope for rain.
What's wrong?
No, I was just thinking how times change. It wasn't so long ago that my sole thoughts were about keeping the flame clock topped up. Now here I am, worrying about soil and potatoes, looking up at the sky. I could never have imagined myself in such a position.
True. Who'd have thought you'd chomp on a raw potato or admit to lacking a spine?
Please, don't remind me. I feel flushed just thinking about it.
But I think we've grown a lot closer as a result. I feel like I know you better. Sometimes you don't really get to know someone until you've clashed first and then sorted out your differences.
You don't beat around the bush, do you?
Anyway, I think we've done what we can here. Let's report back into Juniper.
Oh, that's it? We're just going back to Juniper? Oh, okay. Were you missing, like, dowels or something like that to, like, support the shelf? Or whatever you were building? I just assume shelf. I think shelves when I think IKEA for some reason. That's not necessarily what it is. You got dressers and tables and bed frames and desks, all sorts of stuff. Oh, Cardamine, hello. It's a relief to hear that Imogen's safe and sound. I was getting worried because I knew something was definitely up with her. I just couldn't place it. Anyway, what matters is she's alive and well.
I see some relations have changed.
A black rot, you say? Did you deal with it accordingly? We pulled out all the stems that had discoloration, but we're not sure if that's going to be enough to stop the spread. We were wondering if you could take a look for us. Not a bad time for you. From what you're telling me, it might be the best course of action, yes. You're really having some bad luck. By the way, do you have anyone keeping watch over the fields? Keeping watch? You mean like patrol? It's not just Colony 9 that are strapped for food, remember? You never know who or what could be lying in wait. Yeah, you're right. We'll get someone on it right away, thank you. Anyway, I'll start getting ready for this trip to Colony 9. Oh, Colony 9 trip. What? You're supposed to be at Colony 9! He's still here! Good thing they have fast travel, huh? Imagine, like, walking all the way back and forth. In this playthrough, we're doing a no fast travel playthrough. And 100% of the game. No.
Sounds a little rowdy over there.
Is that?
It came from over there. Let's hurry.
It was a desk, it was missing a slide for the drawer.
For the fields.
It's not really replaceable with nails. How'd you work that out?
You are not getting through me! I won't let their efforts go to waste!
Just nailed the drawer shut.
Kate! You lot!
Talk later. Let's teach those creatures never to set foot upon this land again. We will defend this place with our lives. Show them there is strength in unity.
Yeah, you need the runners. If it doesn't have that, then it's not gonna work.
I'm the one you want. You're a lifesaver. Get away from the field. You're a lifesaver.
Well, I believed you. So did you have to take the whole thing apart? Like, you made it and then got all the way to a certain point and then we're like, uh-oh. Guess we gotta take it apart. It'd be funny if the potatoes started disappearing into the ground, as it turned out to be those extremely polite gophers from Looney Tunes. Oh, well, hello. Well, isn't this a problem? Oh, I do agree, Mort. Well, what do you say, Daniel? Oh, yes, we do have quite the problem here. We're borrowing your potatoes. Oh, indubitably. Oh, you first, my dear. Oh, but no. It must be you who goes first. I remember them.
People, how are we?
We're fine, at least.
They really tore up the place, huh?
Sorry. I couldn't stop them. It's not your fault, Kate.
Besides, You were the first to come running here. Don't feel bad. You were tending the fields, weren't you? Trying to keep them safe. The whole time.
I couldn't just sit back. But there was hardly any point.
You shouldn't put yourself down.
You? What are you?
If I could just...
Oh, Juniper's pooping.
And pull. Guess I don't know my own strength.
Thank you very much.
It's a big-ass potato, holy hell.
Are those?
I'm afraid I failed to mention something. Spongy spuds are quite special. They actually use the field itself as a means of storage.
That's why you recommended growing them. Astounding.
Sorry I doubted you. The reason I didn't trust you before, it wasn't because you were Agnian. No, it's because I was weak. Now, I don't expect you to forgive me or anything like that. I know I caused hurt. I'm so sorry.
Now come on, raise your head. You refuse to give in. You struggle to change things for the better. The way I see it, that's not weakness. Not from what I hear, anyway.
You don't... No, you don't even know me.
Making a change, Kite. It takes guts. You're a good man. We didn't admit it. But then again, neither did you.
You know what? No one's ever told me that.
I'm sorry about that. I think from now on, I'll make an effort to remind you. Kite, you're an asset to us all.
Commander, could you perhaps help me with a problem? If your offer of support still stands, that is.
Sure. Ask us anything.
Would it be possible to permit me to visit Colony 9 more frequently?
That's no issue for me.
I'm not directly asking for help with a specific problem, but I'd like it if we could build friendly relations between us. If that's all right.
Now I see. Feel free to visit anytime.
Same here. Very happy to have you.
Thank you very much, Kite.
So aggressive.
Kite's acting weird.
What I'm more worried about is what will happen to the tending of the fields.
I'll be sure to ask them. But maybe not right now. Just look. They're having so much fun.
It was a Friday. I just gotten home from work. My wife was bugging me to assemble it, and I just wanted to sit on my butt and have a few beers. Man, assembling it and then having to disassemble it, to disassemble it, could disassemble. That could be a word. Disassemble. You know what? I like building stuff. I've had friends that are like, dude, I just bought furniture from IKEA, and I'm like, yeah, I'll build it. But I wasn't asking you. I was just yeah, I'll build it. Like, I'm down. You give me a couple of beers and I'll totally build that thing for you. I find that stuff fun. But I totally understand, like, there's nothing worse, like, I just built this thing and, oh, God. Well, I can't finish. That always sucks. In the midst of splendor and evolving challenges, Xeon was not only able to establish new crop fields, but also build a precious sense of camaraderie. Hero's class rank limit broken. Dutiful Xeon Guardian Commander. The hero's class rank has increased to level 20. What? Rank cap for this class is now lifted. Class rank can now reach level 20.
I see some relations have changed.
So cool. Nice. 1,400? That's a lot of points. You look happy. I guess all this is setting your mind at ease. Yeah! Plants always give back if you take proper care of them. They've shown me that I need to look forward, not back. That maybe I can keep living into the future. They've even helped me face up to my roles as an Offseer, too. You gave me a lot of advice when I was having those worries. I can't thank you enough. Alright, never talk to me again. You would have been perfectly happy to do it on a Saturday morning after relaxing for a bit. No, I understand. You gotta decompress. Everyone in the colony's been chowing down on spongy spuds from the fields, myself included. Ah, it's been so long since I got to eat till I was full. Can't even remember when the last time was. Camilla went nuts for them. You should have seen the smile on her face. When I think about living this kind of life into the future, well, it makes me so happy I could weep. I don't see how 1,400 didn't make them 5-star. Eastman's been bursting with energy lately. Gotta say I like this version of him. Huh, really? How can you tell? I've known him for Panios years, and I never thought such an impatient dude would get sucked into agriculture so fast. Panios years? What the hell is... Well, introducing myself is new, but let's make it old school 35 male Canada, bringing back the age, sex, location, big JRPG fan dating, back to SNES, and Xeno's probably my favorite series, still debating if 3 or X are the best, with Gears as a solid number 3. Welcome on in, Pilot Whisperer. How you doing? How is your Sunday morning treating you? I enjoy myself some JRPG goodness as well, but I've kind of like petered out on them as I've gotten older. It used to be one of my favorite genres, but like all the games seem to want to take like 150 hours to beat nowadays, and like I have found that the older I get, the less patience I have, and I look at like my backlog, and then I look at all the stuff that I have to play and like the time that I have, and I go, well, I could spend, you know, a month playing one JRPG, or I could play like 20 other games. So I've been more choosing, you know, a lot of other games than JRPGs, but I love them. I do love JRPGs, and they're a ton of fun, and this game is pretty darn fun so far. I've been having a blast. I've always thought that Xeon was well suited to being a commander. Seems like the bad vibes between him and Kite have gone away too. It's bound to make him more approachable. I think a lot of that is thanks to Kite's influence too. Yeah, all in all, I think they make a pretty good team. Almost looks like a personal ad. It was a personal ad. Well, hello. I have coffee and get to watch Xeno 3. It's a good Sunday. Nice. With you for the most part. You don't play a lot of newer JRPGs. Most of them is kind of theoretical these days because not enough time for games. Yeah. And the narratives have gotten less over the years. If anything, I think the narratives have gotten more expansive. I feel like old JRPGs were fairly bare bones. Didn't do a lot of like character expansion. It depends on the game for sure. But, you know, some of the older ones aren't so... They're more light on the story. These spongy spuds need a lot of care and attention, right? Maybe that's why I'm feeling like this. I just get such a warm, fuzzy feeling seeing the little spuds all harvested. Like, I want to talk to them or something. You're talking to the potatoes? Not literally, you doofus. I'm saying I feel so happy that I could. So, thanks, I guess, for helping us out with all this. No problem. Screw it. 40, male, United States. Got Dragon Warrior for free with a Nintendo Power subscription and hated it because I was too dumb to understand RPGs at the time. I changed. That was the first JRPG I got. It was my mom's fault. We got a Nintendo, and she did that. She got it for free with a Nintendo Power. It's how she ended up buying it for me when I was a kid. That's exactly it. And that was it. Ever since then, I had been kind of addicted to JRPGs. So I blame my mom. It's totally her fault that I got into it. And then she also bought Dragon Warrior 2 like the next year. Like I don't even know that if I was just like, dude, mom, I love Dragon Warrior. I think she was just like, I'm gonna get him Dragon Warrior 2. The narratives have more to them, but they feel more childish and anime-esque. I can't stand modern anime. I feel like they've always been very anime. I feel like they've always been that way. But I totally understand what you mean. You start to see the same tropes over and over again, and it starts to wear thin. And I totally understand. Sayings, do Uni and friends know Sadaden Bros? Yeah, we do. They're a colony Tau right now. You know them too, Harala? Actually, Harala is sister pawn of brother pawns. Harala originally constitute 4th tier, used to stand on tippy top. But independent spirit of Harala turned to itchy feet, wanted to go own way, plant feet on ground wherever please, so did. That's pretty cool, but what's the deal with stacking yourselves like that? Oh, she's not gonna answer? Ugh, I hate her. Alright, can we put Juniper back in? Yay, Juniper! All anime feels the same now? I don't watch too much anime to begin with. Yeah, I've watched a fair amount in my lifetime, but I'm sure it's all the same. I'm sure it's all the same. I'm sure it's all the same. My exposure to anime is just JRPGs. That's mainly it. Yeah. Tales of taught me that friendship will overcome God, and you can kill him, and sharing is caring. 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 Sharing's caring. They're all about the same loser getting hit by a truck and ending up in another dimension where all the traits that make him a loser inexplicably make him perfect and attract every woman on the planet. Isn't that all our dream? Isn't that all of our dreams? One day to wake up in a universe where we're not sleeping in our parents' basement, moldy basement, with, you know, people fawning over us. One can dream. Don't ruin my dream, Michael. The food supply problems don't look so grave now, and we're working to improve the colony. It's all thanks to the way everyone's pitched in to help. I couldn't be more grateful for that. That's Xeon, the commander, talking there. But what would Xeon, the regular dude, say about it? He'd tell you to shut up and accept the praise before he changes his mind. Harsh. Not sure if you've seen, but the voice actor for Noah's actually streaming through Xeno 3 for a first playthrough. It's glorious as he's adding voice work to the unvoiced lines. He's a fair bit behind where you are right now. You're like the 20th person that has come in here and mentioned that. Yeah, I do know now. That's actually really cool. I think that's nifty. You know, it's like when Henry Caviezel, wait, I don't know his name, Henry Cavill was streaming through The Witcher 3. Well, all the Witcher games. You still live in your mom's basement. It's just that in that other world, living in your mom's basement is part of an ancient prophecy that marks you as a legendary hero. Oh my god, I'm gonna be a hero? Now we've got potatoes to eat. Efficiency's a bit of a boost, I think. As a result, I think we'll be able to make out Mobius in, say, 5 ticks. Make out with Mobius? Go on. I didn't watch it either. I just saw that he was doing it. Now the potatoes are growing, we've gotten Colony 9 back on an even keel, I think. Some of the other colonies are cooperating with each other now, right? I wonder if we could get in that, too.
Looks like they're growing nicely.
I get the feeling Kite's finally around a niche for himself in Colony 9. Yeah, that sure is a relief. But admit, you'll miss his shenanigans. Maybe, but hey, he's not the only troublemaker around this place. When I've played through some of the other JRPGs, I did voice some of the NPCs, and eventually everyone just ended up sounding like a country bumpkin. So I stopped. Well, let me tell you about what I was gonna do today.
This is something decent, right?
We're gonna pick some potatoes. It's like the only accent I know how to do. Non-offensive accent. Apparently all my accents are offensive. Alright. Oh, we accomplished a bunch of stuff today.
It's good to keep a record.
101 hours. We've done it. We've crossed the century mark in gaming. We crossed the century mark in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Holy crap. And we're only at chapter 5. I don't know how many chapters are in the game, but I'm sure there's more. Oh man, we just side quested today. We did a smidgen of the main story quest back in like the Sword Hill. But guys, that's gonna have to do it for me today. I've been streaming for 10.5 hours. Yeah. Thanks for the follow. Sunday's my day off, guys. But I will be back on Monday. And we'll keep playing more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's a ton of fun. I am just having an absolute wonderful blast. What do you guys say we go on a raid? A little raidy poo? And go see another nifty human being playing video games, huh? We're gonna go raid Shawnee. Looks like he's playing through some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy your mornings, afternoons, evenings, whatever you got going on today. Have beautiful days. Shawnee's an awesome streamer. Go say hey to him. He's really cool. We'll be back on Monday, and I will continue playing through Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Enjoy your Sundays. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourselves. I'm starving. I gotta go grab some food. But have great days. Enjoy your Sundays. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Monday. Go say hey to Shawnee. He's awesome. Bye-bye. 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 Go skedaddle.